All right, we're good to go. I won't stand in y'all's way. You do all your introductions and whatnot. Have fun.
All right. Yo, we're live. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Creepr Plays, and I'm here with Everson. And here comes Niko. So can you say hi, Everson?
Hi there.
There he is. All right. Just a quick bit of information before we start the run. Here Comes Niko got released this year, by the way, by Frog Vibes, Dutch indie studio, and it was published by Gears for Breakfast. It's a little puzzle platformer game made for tired people, so this is the perfect game for me. All right. So we'll be timing in RTA. Normally we time in IGT. So just so you know what that timer is for, and I think we should just get started. Are you ready, Everson?
Yeah.
All right. When we start, Everson's gonna explain what we're actually gonna do in this game. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, so Here Comes Niko is a 3D puzzle platformer, like Creepr was saying. It was developed this year. And in the game, we're going to be going around collecting these coins that you'll see here in a moment. And you get these by being a friend to people. There's different quests in each different world, and these quests will give you coins, and you use these coins to progress to the next world, similar to like stars in Mario. And you'll see the first one here in a moment.
Yes, we're gonna bring some lunch. Just so you know, the entire run is gonna be really fast. So we're gonna try to explain what we're doing in the run because there's a lot of quests. But if we can't make it in time, we might skip over some things, and that's okay.
And something kind of funny about this run is where most runs you want to hold forward. This game you actually go slower by holding forward. When you dive or take these cans, you actually lose a lot of your momentum by holding a directional input. Yeah.
All right, that was the first level, by the way. All right, so in between each level, we're gonna have these little train cutscenes, and it's just basically gonna give us story exposition. Here's the title screen, and then the drop. Da, 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 da. Yeah. So basically, these train sections kind of explain a bit more about Niko's backstory, because he ran away from home, and rent is expensive. Go figure. So he needs a job, and the only job open was for a professional friend. So he's applying for that, trying to get the job. And there's not a lot about the story other than he ran away from home after an argument. The story is more about Niko becoming an employee. So that's what we're going to explore. And the first level we're going to actually do is Hairball City. All right. So let me quickly grab this thingy here. We'll explain that later. And we're going to do volleyball, everyone's favorite. So
Yeah,
this is
so
big volley. Yeah, go ahead.
there's different volleys in each different level. This one is big volley, and each different level has a different variation of it. The goal is to just hit the ball back 5 times, and then after that you can get a coin from, I believe his name is Tristan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tristan, we're going to talk to him now. I first have to get those butterflies, because we need butterflies for a trade quest essentially in this level. Well, Everson can explain more about that. So we're going to be picking up these butterflies as we go. But the first thing, before we explain that, we're first going to go to another quest. That will be some time to explain the actual butterfly, the quest and the lady.
Yeah.
First thing we're going to do is this quest with the flower pots. And I'm going to let Everson explain so I don't mess this up.
Yeah, so the flower pot quest, you can see the signboards behind these seeds. They show a different pattern, and when you land onto one of the flower pots, they will grow in that pattern. So you're trying essentially not to block off your own path. And you'll also see Creepr a lot of the time start a conversation and then walk out of it. That is something that you can learn in this level actually. There's a mechanic that if you hold in one direction, then it'll just get you out of most of the conversations in the game. This doesn't work for all of them, like this one here, it won't work for.
That was an interesting slide.
And yeah, something also kind of cool about that conversation. There used to be a lot of button mashing in the game, but we actually talked to the developers, Frog Vibes, and they got a mash button put into the game for us.
Yeah, so we don't get arthritis by running this game too much.
Yeah.
Which is appreciated.
Yeah, also quickly to explain these butterflies here, there is an NPC named Blesley who will take 30 of these butterflies and trade them for a coin. There you can see Leslie down at the bottom there.
Yep. And that's basically the quest. She just wants the butterflies. And then this guy, he's gonna pop up again later. He's really fast, that one, so we'll explain it in the next level, I guess. All you need to know is that he likes to go to places that are kind of inaccessible. Right, and now it's time for fishing. So how fishing works is in the water, there's these little pools that you sometimes see pop up with a fish jumping out. And we just need to dive near it, because Fisher, he lost his hook. So we are basically replacing his hook and grabbing the fish for him. And all we have to do is just jump near the fish, like that. I wasn't even close to him, but that still counted. So we're gonna take that, and then we move on to the next fish, which is over here.
Some of the fish are very, very particular with where you land, and some of them, like you can see here, where we're just completely missing. It's kind of funny sometimes. One specific example is in the next city, Turban Town. There is a shrimp, and its hitbox is very small, and it used to be the cause of a lot of.
This is Leslie.
Yeah,
So that happened. Anyway, luckily we only do one fishing minigame, because I was losing my mind over Turban Town the other day for the fishing there. It's very annoying. Alright, we got 6 coins to leave, we only need 5. We're basically just skipping the fishing quest in the next level.
Yep.
Yeah, let's just move on to the next level. So we have another phone call, but this time it's from an actual person instead of a voicemail. So I have to actually mash the button to do some inputs, and I keep forgetting, and it's very sad. But we did it right. Let's actually explain these cassettes I've been collecting, because we have 7 of them now, and we haven't really said anything about them, so I think this is the perfect time to do that.
Yeah, so there's two NPCs that will take these cassettes. Each one is Mitch, one is Mai, and they will trade 5 cassettes for a coin. And each level there is 10, except for, I believe, Bathhouse and Salmon Creek. Salmon Creek has 1 more, Bathhouse has 1 less. And then there's two NPCs that will trade the cassettes, one of each world as well.
You explained the level-specific quest as well? Because I talked to a big dragon just now. Can you explain that one while I'll do volleyball again? Which is just volleyball, but in the air.
So in each world, there's also a level-specific quest, where if you talk to Pepper, Pepper will kind of direct you towards it. The one in the last one was the Gunther quest, where we talked to the person on the top of the building. And this one is the Pelican. The turbine in the center of the town has stopped spinning, and the Pelican has asked you to get it started again. Talking to that dragon that is a wind dragon, and it will just get the wind going for you so that the turbine starts moving.
Pretty funny. He said, I don't know what you did, but you can get a coin. Alright, another Gabby quest, and while we're doing this, there's actually a big skip coming up now for the level. And, it's called Windmill Skip, and I feel Everson is the best person to explain it, because he's the one that found it, so go ahead.
Yeah, so Windmill Skip, you can see the big turbine over there. There's a locked box that normally you'd have to open to unlock a ladder to get to the top, where you'll see Dustin again. However, you can do a bunch of wall jumps and then a wall slide with a jump in order to actually skip the ladder. And that is, that's really all there is to Windmill Skip.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Slide, jump, dive, jump across. There you go. Yeah, so that trick works always if you do 18 jumps. Okay, so we did another Dustin quest. Essentially, Dustin, he just wants to get to the highest and most unreachable places in the world. And when you beat him, he gives you a coin because, you know, you bested him. And that was the Pelican we talked about earlier. He gave us a coin for making the turbine's turn. And then we just have to go back to the start level, grab a cassette because we're already ready to leave. And once we grab the cassette, we move on to the next level, which is going to be Salmon Creek.
Yeah, So Salmon Creek, we're gonna do 2 visits of. This first one's gonna be pretty short.
Yes. But before we do that, we have a very important voicemail, this time from our dad. And he's basically just saying, hey, you had a big argument, but, you know, just let us know if you're safe. Not a lot of story. Okay. And we've arrived in Salmon Creek 1. First thing I'm going to do is skip Pepper, and then we're going to grab a contact list. Let me get to it, though. Loading takes a bit longer than I thought it would. All right. And we do this. Can you explain that as well, Abison?
So that piece of paper that Creepr just picked up is a contact list that lets everybody in the other towns know that the train is working again, and it unlocks a bunch of coins in the earlier levels, as well as some more in this level as well. However, you have to leave the level and come back in order to unlock them. So we're going to be going and revisiting the other 2 worlds, and then we're going to come back here for some more coins.
Yes. I just got a coin here at the end of the secret forest, because there's always a secret behind the waterfall. So we're going to grab that coin and then leave as fast as we can to Hairball. That is not Hairball. That is
That's
Turban Town.
fine.
So we will do Turban Town first. It was impatient. All right. So there's these levels called arcade levels, and essentially there's 2 variants of that. One, you just have to collect 5 dog bones and you get a coin, and the other one is find the coin and collect it. And this one is a dog bone one, so we have to just collect 5 of these little dog bones in the level. Once we hit it, we grab the coin and we leave. This is a relatively fast level. It's the only thing we do here in Turbine, which is, you know, it's like 30 seconds, which is pretty good compared to all the other quests we have in the game.
And then we're gonna go back to Hairball for a few more quests.
Yes, we're gonna do another arcade. There's gonna be graffiti, and then the first time we're gonna see Mitch. So it's gonna be very exciting. I'm gonna grab this can.
So these paint cans, when you hit the ground, it will leave a mark, and you have to put 5 of these marks on the ground, and then Nino will give you a coin. Who's the character you can't really see at the bottom there because of the dog bone, but you'll see that here in a moment.
She's radio. Let's go. Grab the dog bone. Completely missed it, but that's fine. Grab the coin. And then the first thing we're gonna do is talk to Nino over here. And then we just leave. Just get a coin. And the last thing we're gonna do is talk to Mitch. Who you can't see because of the tree, but he does a really funny dance when you get a cassette. Or a coin from him. He traded the cassettes, which is very cool. We trade in 5 cassettes for 1 coin, by the way. That's why we're grabbing so many cassettes. Yeah, I thought that was gonna happen.
That's unfortunate. All right. So you get to see the Salmon Creek version of volleyball, which is
Yeah, let's talk about
everybody's.
volleyball, or let's talk about
favorite.
Salmon Creek, because Salmon Creek has undergone the most changes in the route. It is the biggest level. I'm gonna grab a key here. We got 2 of them, but we'll explain those later as we get to public pool.
Yes. So Salmon Creek, like you were saying, is a very big level. It's the only level that you need 10 coins to leave. And it's gone through some interesting route changes. We used to do this route almost backwards from what it is now. And then it was changed and then changed again, and now we're here.
Hog. Okay.
Yo, first try coin. That tree is RNG, whether you get the coin or not. Or when you get the coin, I guess, rather.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be, but it is.
It's very broken, actually. The developers don't know what's wrong with it. It's not supposed to do that. So... yeah, we're just gonna grab the coin and leave. And there's some people that can get it first try, there's some people that get it on the last. It's very RNG based right now.
Yeah, and something interesting about that arcade that Creepr was just in, there's 2 ways of doing that arcade. There is the normal way and then the one that Creepr just did.
Yeah, I'm stubborn. I like doing it my way. You can't tell me otherwise, but I will have to eventually. Alright, grab this cassette, and we're gonna have a quick talk with Mitch again, who's up here. Right there. Hi, Mitch. You're right there. Cool. Love these cassette characters, but mine is definitely the best character in the game. Mitch stands no chance. Speaking of lovable characters, here's Dustin again. And that was Dustin. And we're gonna do another case of vandalism real quick. And we're gonna do a really funny jump here. Okay, she didn't want me to, okay. And we are actually gonna leave the level now. I don't know if there were any donations dropped, but this would be the time to read one, because this is gonna be a while before we're in the next level.
Okay, yeah, we definitely have had some. I wasn't sure. Y'all were doing great on commentary. I didn't want to butt in, but if you give me a chance...
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Actually, it took me a minute to even figure out Tiltify so I could see all of them. I could only see the most recent one. Okay, $10 from Bingus. Why do so many in dog... Why did you have to type it this way? Why do so many in dogs participate in speedrunning? The reason is dogs' lack of work ethic. Go fast rather than do it right. And in a Petersonian sense, to elevate alternative good boy archetypes in the marketplace. Fast as Mario. Thank you, Bingus.
Okay, okay. We gotta go to the next level now. That was a great donation. We'll let you know when you can do one again. There's actually a whole thing coming up later. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is public pool, and the first thing we're gonna do is one of the hardest quests in the game. It's to detect. We have to solve a murder. I forgot about one thing. Remember, here's for breakfast. Here's hat kit. Cool. Anyway, so, yeah. Oh my god, I threw it off completely. I did not expect that.
So this is the slowest level in the game, public pool. The
After
longest.
Hairball.
Yeah, I mean after Hairball. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks very fast, but there's a couple of things that make it a bit slower.
Yeah. But it does redeem itself because we have the best character in the game right here. Give it up for Mai. We love Mai.
Yeah, this is the other character that you can trade cassettes for. Or cassettes too.
I love that she just has AirPods in. It's just such an awesome detail. Alright, so this is one of the other arcades. This is the coin arcade. So essentially, we just have to get to the coin. And in this arcade, the quirk is there's like water trying to push us back. But we can kind of go into these little areas with the stripes around them where there's no current. To get to the other side and then grab the coin like that. Alright, and then you're gonna do the hardest quest, and that was the hardest quest. And now we have time for donations, 40 seconds or so.
Alright, I'll try my best. This one's easy. $10 from Rocky. Thank you, Rocky, for the $10. I'm gonna maybe get the names wrong. I apologize. Casito? $35?
Oh!
$35, thank you. Can we get some pepper snips and let's save the doggos? And then $20 from Singular Pretzel. Let's go, Creepr. I've seen you grind this game for so long, and I'm happy to see you in this awesome marathon for this awesome cause. Also, hi, Edison. Smiley face. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hi, Pretzel.
Oh my god, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Casito, for all the love. Thank you, Pretzel, for all the love. Yeah, this arcade, Edison likes to call it the, and you can say it.
That's the donation box. It's just 40 seconds of us smashing our heads into boxes.
Yep.
So.
Oh, my goodness. Alright, so let's solve a murder. For those wondering what actually got murdered, it was a pool floaty.
Yeah.
And the murder was the kid all along!
Yeah, and normally, the joke that Creepr was going for was the hardest quest. That murder scene that we walked through, you don't have to interact with it, but you can to get some clues. I say kind of loosely.
Yeah, but what I didn't realize is you just have to walk into it and you can walk out, and then it just does the thing. So that's why I'm saying it's the hardest quest in the game.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I've been a Peterson since that threw me off completely. That was awesome. More train scenes with Pepper. Very beautiful. We're gonna go on our way to Bathhouse, which has one trick that has gone through some developments, and there's now 3 variations to get to a specific coin. Yeah. And I'll just but we'll talk about when we get to it. It's gonna take a little bit. So the first thing we're gonna do is get Pepper sniped. It's basically when Pepper starts talking to you. You don't want Pepper to talk to you because it's slow. And then we're gonna go down here. We're gonna go into a secret break room area.
So these keys, we didn't really explain them too much, but they're the lock boxes. You saw one at the bottom of the windmill, or the turbine, one there, and then one. There was one on the arcade in Public Pool, the first one. And you just use the keys to unlock those if you dive into them.
Exactly, yeah. And for this level, we need that key, not for the cassette, but for this specific quest. Because this quest, it's called the Lewis and Sertial quest. This quest doesn't unlock until that room is open, for some reason. Which is really cool for us, for the speedrun. And just so you know, the whole joke with Lewis and Sertial is that you have Lewis who's lost and Sertial who's searching for him. And I messed it up.
Can't figure out which one's which.
Cool. Can you explain the trick I just did? Because that was the trick we were talking about.
So that is one of 3 variations of that trick. That is Groundhog. You do a coyote jump off of that pole to get up onto the roof. There is another variation called Dust Hog, which is off of the building. You can do a turn onto a coyote frame, and that will let you climb onto the roof. And then there's another one called Long Volley Skip, which is using an air vent. You can get enough height from that to get on top of the roof. The easiest one and most consistent one is Groundhog, but it was also the most recently found.
By me! Alright, we're doing the last quest now. We're gonna actually go to Tackle HQ, which is gonna have, the biggest skip of all. In fact, it was such a big skip, the developers actually put in something and they said, I'm sorry speedrunners, but you're not gonna get past this thing. So, Everson will explain.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a trick called applesauce. There is a barrier that blocks off the top of a building, which you have to get to the top to talk to Pepper for your final interview. And this barrier, you have to do some weird stuff to get through it. It's a bunch of the wall slide mechanic, and it's mostly just the wall slide mechanic. But we're gonna get through it. You'll see it here in a moment. It's kind of it's one of the more difficult tricks to do.
It's definitely, like, a beginner, when you start out, this is the trick that's gonna take minutes. Alright, so let's see if you can get it first try. That was not it. That was not it. This is just practice. Oh, first try. Here we go. Cool. That was it. It looks really simple, but that trick is so difficult when you start out.
Yeah, you have the barrier is constantly pushing you down and making everything very slippery. So you have to try to fight against that.
Yep. And now we can do our Pepper interview. The reason why we need that trick, I don't know if you explained, there's actually a can, a soda can that's broken. You have to repair it with 50 coins, and we don't have 50 coins.
Yeah, the other way you do it is by getting 250 apples, which is another collectible, and that will unlock the super jump, which you can spend 10 apples to jump past the barrier.
Yep. And it's our final phone call, but it's not a phone call, it's our dad! Hi, Dad. Alright, he's gonna get off the train, and if you look at the back near the giraffe, you're gonna see him step off. There he is. Don't know where he was headed, but, I'll revive with it. And the final thing we have to do now is run back home as fast as possible. So we just have to walk through the door, and once we see the end screen, that's when the timer will end. So let's do this, gamers. Let's go. And that's it. That was Here Comes Niko. Oh my goodness. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm giving it back to the organizer now.